Alright guys, it's a good day to talk football. This is a very special episode right here, and I'm surrounded by two very nice people, but they don't support a very nice club.
Support the Kings of England.
It's good to have you here, Trey, once again on board, and it's good to have say she's a very special guest for two big reasons. Number one, she's a well-known Manchester United fan, and she happens to be the very first female on Naija football set, which is a very big thing. Nice to have you on here.
Thank you so much.
And you look good, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Repping the Kings of England well.
So for this segment, these two guys need no introduction on social media, and we'll just be discussing all things Manchester United. What has it been for the Red Devils this season? They've changed coaches. I mean, those similar fortunes anyway, but they've changed coaches, and they're trying to stabilize back. We'll just be going into the Red Devils, and these guys will be giving us their in-depth knowledge and what they know about the club they support. Let's go right for it.
Looking for the best websites for your next game day stake? Topbets.com.ng has the juice on all of Nigeria's best gaming websites from Nigeria's biggest gaming companies. Compare the odds and markets and make the best choice for you before you make your next stake. Check out game day reviews, previews, top tips, and predictions to help you make the best choice.
Welcome back, and we'll just be going straight into all things Manchester United. But before we go, a quick shout out to our sponsors, topbet.com.ng, for doing what they know how to do best, keeping this show on air. A big shout out to you as well, our subscribers, for keeping this show alive with your comments, your likes, and all your interactions with social media. We appreciate all of that, and we want to see more of that from you in the coming weeks. But for now, let's go straight into the action. And once again, it's nice to have you on here.
Thank you.
Can you just smile for us, please? Yeah, and Manchester United so far, it's been a roller coaster for the Red Devils this season.
Yeah.
What has been your experience supporting this club this year? How has it been for you?
Well, it has been a roller coaster, if I'm being honest, with always sacking, hiring Rangnick. I've always wanted him since 2019. I wanted him alongside Ten Hag, but luckily we got Rangnick. Everybody knows him. He's like probably one of the best managers in the world. He's a sporting director. He's one of the best footballing brains in the world. So I'm just elated to have him in the club. With time,
and also Tuchel's dad, don't forget.
With time, we'll see his magic.
Okay.
Tuchel's dad and Klopp's dad, don't forget. And the king of
the very questionable statement in there. One of the best managers in the world.
I want to put this out there. Tuchel's and Klopp's dad, please. That is part of his CV.
Don't let them banter you. Don't let them go for us. So just calm down.
It's funny that you keep on shouting. Is their dad, but the sons have achieved more than their father. So what kind of
imagine
father
when
is
you
he?
say everything.
What kind of a father is he?
First off, you're an Arsenal fan.
A shameless father.
Wait, first off, you're an Arsenal fan.
I'm ahead of you on the table.
Your manager is widely on right now. Wait, let's go into this. First of all, you're an Arsenal fan. Yes. That will humble you first off.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we're talking about the king of the Gegenpress. Mm-hmm. We're talking about Tuchel's and Klopp's dad.
But Tuchel and Klopp, they have Champions League to their name.
You can make your son, but your son can end up achieving greater things. That does not change the fact that he made their careers.
No. They have achieved more than their
we've all seen what, and Rangnick has now the opportunity to coach those A-level clubs that could win him the Champions League. He has to put into account as well. He's coached Schalke, he's coached RB Leipzig, and Leipzig at the time he took over them. I think they were in the Championship or something like that, and he took them to Champions League football. So that shows his quality of work, and he's not only been the manager for these decades, he's also been a sporting director. His work behind the scenes.
I don't mean to disrespect
his work backstage.
All what you are saying, it sounds like Marcelo Bielsa.
Marcelo Bielsa, we all know he's nothing special. He's just overrated. He just sits on the side of the pitch. Yeah. They play this high press football that they always get exposed and they get wide open. They make although Chelsea couldn't
seems like you're describing Rangnick, but okay, let's go.
How am I describing Rangnick?
That's what it seems like, but let's go.
How am I describing Rangnick?
So before you keep on, I don't know why you try to defend this club. Arsenal ahead of you right now.
Technically, Arsenal are ahead of us.
In 6 months that you guys did in 3 seasons, so let's not go there. Just
8 FC piping up.
Just keep it real.
8 FC piping up.
Let's go.
What's a Champions League appearance?
No, we don't need that for now. Speaking of Rangnick now, people have been saying, okay, Manchester United look more assured on the ball. You guys have kept clean sheets more than in Ole's last 7 games.
Yes.
Just under Rangnick. So what do you think has been the major difference in both?
For me, I always say that Ole's time of the season was pre-season, and our season started from when Rangnick took over.
What kind of crap is that, bro?
Why are you a hater? One of the one that passed 8 position for these past 2 seasons. Why are you hating on us so much?
Well, you needed a penalty to beat relegation threat in Norwich. Is that right?
That was a one-off game. We all know that on our normal day, we usually battle with 5-0, 6-0. That is the caliber of club we are. But on certain days, you have to give these small clubs opportunity to chat with you. That's why we give us the opportunity to chat with us all these years. But United will rise again. We have the manager, we have the goats, we have Sancho, we have Rashford, we have Martial. I know, don't say anything about my boy. We have Martial. We have Maguire, we have my boys.
Sorry, Marshall, how many goals again this season?
He scored 1 goal.
Oh, okay.
But he's not had the opportunity to express himself.
Gabriel has more goals than him, noted. Okay.
What I'm saying is basically we're underrated, and eventually we're going to rise again. We're going to come back to our glory days in the Premier League and the Champions League.
Simple as that. Rise again. So let's see. You say this one is for you, right?
Why is 8FC? Wait, you're not top fan first off.
And I'm ahead of you on the table.
You're not technically ahead of us because you're ahead of us by 5 points and we have 2 games in hand.
I'm ahead of you on the table.
You've not been relevant since 2004, fam.
In the past 4 seasons, you need to win anything, bro.
You've not won anything major since 2004, in my
opinion. Since you opened your Twitter account, Manchester United have not won a trophy.
All you have is invisible record. No Champions League, no
England
Europa,
has the Premier League, has the Golden Premier League. No team in England.
What else did you make a Champions League appearance?
Since you opened your Twitter account,
what else did you make a Champions League appearance?
Since you opened,
what's a Champions League appearance?
Trey is one of the biggest.
You don't play Champions League football,
but he has no title to celebrate. That means on Twitter you've never tweeted, "We won a trophy." I've tweeted that. We won the FA Cup.
You have no Champions League football. You've not won a league title for 17 years. What is there to brag about?
We'll come back with the Champions League.
I have finished hating back to rise
again.
Humble yourself.
Humble
yourself. Humble yourself.
All right. Okay, so this one's for you quickly. Yeah. So we've seen players like Fred doing better under Rangnick. There are signs that some players will enjoy themselves under this kind of football. Which players are you looking forward to? Seeing them enjoy a breath of fresh air, something like that.
I would say Fred.
Okay.
He has become a revelation under Rangnick. I always knew. I always said this, that Fred is not a defensive midfielder. When you play him, he's not.
Okay.
When you play him in the box row or in the CM row, you see the best of Fred. He drives forward, although his passing is a bit off, but we always see the best of Fred when he plays beside a defensive midfielder, basically. So I'm telling you, it's going to be a revelation under him. Fred, Sancho, Teles, Dalot. Those 4 players.
Okay. So. And speaking of fortunes, these guys, you said they're going to enjoy good fortunes. But what about someone like Pogba?
Honestly,
this system doesn't seem to favor him on paper.
Let me be honest.
Yeah.
I don't see where Pogba fits in Rangnick's setup.
What?
I don't see where he fits.
In the world. What?
I don't. To be honest, okay. His best position is a free role. To me, in my opinion, Pogba doesn't have the attribute to be a centre midfielder.
That is literally his role for. Like we see him play for France. We've seen him play next to Kante in that pivot, and we've seen that he's the best.
We don't have a player like Kante in our squad. That's the thing.
Fred is clear.
Fred is not a defensive
midfielder. For 5 years, we've been looking for the key to unlock Pogba at Manchester United.
Pogba's best.
You've never had a midfielder as good as Pogba.
His best position is a free role with Bruno, where Bruno plays.
See, the thing is that Bruno needs. Pogba needs that license to express himself, but he can also provide defensive reliability when he's called upon.
Defensive what?
Although at times he has
defensive reliability, Pogba, nah lie.
When he's called up, when he's called upon, he can't provide it.
No way, nah.
Look at him in the France setup. Look at Pogba in the France setup next to Kante.
Pogba in the France setup is a totally different player from Pogba in the Manchester United setup.
I know Pogba is not pressure resistant. He can lose the ball in crucial areas, and that could lead to something dangerous. Overall, I think you guys underrate Pogba a lot.
It doesn't replicate it.
Pogba is not all about goal scoring and creating assists. Pogba's role plays more than that.
No. Long and short is that Pogba is not really a good player.
He is, but
that's the generalization
of everything that you guys said. It's not really.
Pogba is better than any midfielder you've had in your history. I'm humble yourself.
That's true, Sha.
That's the truth.
I mean, we don't need to go into that question.
You want to go very
Come on. Smith Rowe has more goals than Pogba's best attacking season. How many goals has he scored in his best ever season?
I thought you don't start.
In his best ever season, Smith Rowe has scored more than him.
No, Smith Rowe got 13. I mean, Pogba got 13 Premier League goals, 18-19.
13 Premier League.
Pogba is Smith Rowe's dad. Please don't go there. Don't go there. What Pogba has achieved in his career, Smith Rowe could never dream of it. Smith Rowe will never win a World Cup. He will never win 4 league titles. He will never win cups. He will never win under 19 Golden Boy. Nothing. He will never win any of this. So humble yourself.
And where is Pogba now?
The best midfielder in the world, playing for the best club in the world.
Okay. And where are you on the table?
Ahead of Arsenal.
Oh, you're ahead of Arsenal. One league.
Technically, though.
What technicalities are you saying?
How many games do we have?
See, we're all 2 games. Give us our 2 games. Give us our 2 wins from those 2 games. And we're ahead of Arsenal. Simple.
And I'm saying this right here. If you beat Brentford and Brighton, I owe you guys 2 brand new jerseys. If you beat Brentford and Brighton by more than 1 goal each,
I want the number 7 shirts. I want the number 7 shirts.
If you don't beat them,
if we beat them, we beat them.
Full tracksuit, Arsenal tracksuit. Are we game?
Full tracksuit and jersey. What's the fairness?
Are we game?
See, we're game because I trust my boys. I trust my Ronaldo. I trust my Sancho. I trust my Bruno. I trust my Rashford. I trust my Bruno. My boys. I trust them. I trust my Greenwood.
He has less goals than Smith already this season. By the way,
Bruno is Smith Rowe's dad. What Bruno has done in the game, Smith Rowe can never come close to it.
Bruno has never featured in a knockout game in the Champions League.
Smith Rowe can never dream of scoring like 20, like the goals or the assists Bruno gets on a regular basis.
Okay, we'll see when you get knocked out in February. So right now we just have to.
Can you get the Champions League appearance?
These guys are just trying to hit me up, but the bottom line is that Arsenal are ahead of them on the table. When we come back, we'll continue on all things really. Manchester United. Trey, stop the shamelessness. Let's go.
Looking for the best websites for your next game day stake? Topbets.com.ng has the juice on all of Nigeria's best gaming websites from Nigeria's biggest gaming companies. Compare the odds and markets and make the best choice for you before you make your next stake. Check out game day reviews, previews, top tips, and predictions to help you make the best choice.
Manchester United find themselves where again in the Premier League? Can any of you?
I don't know.
Where exactly?
Ahead of us now.
I can't remember. They are too low for me.
Technically, we're ahead of us now.
You're literally 8 FC. Why can't you humble yourself?
You are behind this. You are behind.
You're 8 FC. Why can't you humble yourself?
Remember, but Manchester United are somewhere in the Premier League. They managed to face their way into the Champions League round of 16. And they'll be facing Atletico, and I think they still find themselves in the FA Cup as well. What are their chances? What can they do before the end of the season? Let's see what these 2 guys have to say. I know my own opinion, but let's see what these 2 guys have to say. What are your projections for your club this season?
Well, first of all, we just decided to leave the Carabao Cup for the lesser clubs.
Don't be delusional.
No, I always speak straight facts. I never include delusion into my expressions. Yeah. So what was I saying? So we decided to leave the Carabao Cup for the lesser teams because a club like Manchester United should not be competing for such a lower division trophy.
Manchester City have won how many Carabao Cups in the last season?
They're a small air club. What do you expect?
They've achieved more than you've done.
They're a small air club. Season. Can you let me project?
Yes,
8 FC.
Just continue, bro.
What was I saying?
Yeah.
So we decided to leave that competition for the less fortunate like Arsenal and the rest of them. So for the league, we all know the league is a write-off already at this point. City pretty much have it in the bag, and but I think we also this dark horses in the league. We have this outside chance, but what I know is that we're definitely going to finish.
Chance of top 4. That makes
what sense. I know is that we're definitely going to finish in the top 4. Yeah. If we still have a chance at the league title, I pretty much doubt it because City look like they're cruising. They're just jetting away with the league at this point. Then for the FA Cup have been disappointing for us for the last few seasons, getting knocked out after knockout.
That belongs to
so FA Cup matches, nothing else.
To Arsenal already. No shit.
Pipe up in the league or Champions League cannot. FA Cup is the only thing that's been feeding you for like 17 years now. What was I saying? So the FA Cup, I don't know how that one is going to go, but it's a free shot with like their teams like Chelsea, City, Arsenal, of course. That's the only thing they know how to win. Arsenal, United are in the equation too. Let's start the former champions. So we don't know how that one is going to go, but with Ronaldo, with Sancho, with the quality of players we have, and with Gegen pressing Reds, it's a free shot for us. Go easily went down. Then with Champions League, we have the greatest player of all time, of course, the king of the Champions League, most Champions League victories, most Champions League goals, the king. The Champions League, Mr. Champions League himself, CR7. So
may I remind you that the last time you won the Champions League, you were probably maybe in kindergarten or something.
Well, let's
not
go into the last time.
You were probably in kindergarten.
When was the last time Arsenal won the Champions League?
Around in your school uniform.
When was the last time Arsenal won the Champions League?
Just go.
When did Arsenal win the Champions League? When did Arsenal win the Champions League?
Go on your analysis.
Let's not go into Champions League wins now. Let's not go into Champions League wins. So I will have Rangnick, who is Tuchel's and Klopp's dad, as I keep repeating over and over again. and the king of the gegenpress. So, and with the players we have with them, like Sancho, Bruno,
So
Martial, Rashford, of course, we could go all the way. Why not? Our next game is against Atletico, and we have Atletico's dad, CR7 himself.
Yeah.
So we could easily knock them out there from there. We don't know how that's going to go.
And,
For me, my prediction is third place in the league, FA Cup and Champions League win. Then we move, take over the Premier League the following season.
So as usual, again for like the fourth season in a row since this guy opened his Twitter account, no trophies, no nothing. Another year ending on the barren.
When last did you have a Champions League?
Another one. The last time you won the Champions League, you were in primary school or what? What level were you at? I can't remember because you can't remember. So back to what we were saying, this is the fourth season since Trey opened his Twitter account, no titles as usual, almost a similar occurrence. You're changing managers as always. What are your thoughts on this year? How would you rate it so far from a Manchester United perspective?
Well, since we've sacked Ole, I believe I would rate our season probably 6 over 10. Over 10. But then going into the new year, and then what Rangnick is going to do, I believe we'll finish in a good note. To be honest, we'll probably win the Champions League. If we are lucky with the draws, if we get past
I like United fans that know who we are.
If we get past Simeone, I'm telling you, we're winning the Champions League.
If you get past Simeone,
yes,
you win the Champions
League. We will get past Simeone. We have Let's Go's dad in our team, so why will we not get past Simeone?
We are winning the Champions League.
So both of you think Manchester United can win?
I know. I don't think I know. I deal with absolutes. I don't deal with probabilities.
It's good to dream. It's good to dream. There's no harm in dreaming. Martin Luther King too dreamt. People dreamt, and I mean, no worries. So this guy,
one day you can dream, you can play Champions League football again.
Will definitely be at the end of the season. So no worries. So that's what we have for Manchester United. There's a lot to look up to. I mean, there's really not much to say about Manchester United. They are below the top 7. They're just struggling, and they've been impressing under Rangnick. But I still feel it's the same old story. Purple patch here and there, and they'll go back to their default settings. But these guys seem to think Manchester United can turn their season around, maybe like Chelsea last season, and possibly win the Champions League. We just have to see what happens when the season comes to an end. Okay, so it's been fun having conversations with this guy, especially this delusional man right here beside me. I don't know where he gets some of these thoughts from, but two of them seem to be in agreement that Manchester United can turn their season around and win the Champions League and possibly the FA Cup. They say they have Mr. Champions League in their ranks, and we just have to see what happens about that come May, and also Arsenal qualify for the Champions League as well. Since we're talking about Champions League, I might as well just chip in my plug. So, but right now that's all we have to say on Manchester United. And when we come back from this short break, we have some special questions from you, the fans, and Trey will be doing justice to them. Stay with us. So at this point, you already know who Trey is. So hopefully we don't get to see the ratios in the comments anymore. You stop asking us who Trey is, because it's literally right here. And the best part is he's here to answer all the questions you guys had for him. And we'll just be picking some of the, best questions, and we want Trey himself to do justice to them. So Trey, here's the first question from UTD Marcel. He says, who's the best right back in the Premier League? Trent or Cancelo or Reece James?
Yeah, well, they're all like proper right backs, attack minded. Although I want to point out that the best defensive right back in the league is Aaron Bissaka. Although overall, if in terms of like the 3 he mentioned, I rate all of them pretty well, but I think all 3 can have their points of being exposed against some top attackers, except there's only one attacker that has the ability to pretty much lock up any top attacker in the league.
Thank you.
But between the 3 he mentioned, the one I'll take personally is, I think it's Trey and Arnold, because of his passing ability, his crossing, like his finesse in that final third, like he's unparalleled. And Reece James is top as well. Cancelo has his qualities. He's got a belt against Newcastle. But overall, because of the passing, Tomiyasu is just there, fam. But of all of them, I'll definitely take Trent.
Okay, fair enough. So he says it's going with Trent. If he did for you as a question, in no particular order, how do you think the top 4 is likely to be by game week 38?
She said in no particular order. That means
no sequence, just your top 4.
Okay, City, United, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Chelsea are not finishing third, by the way. He said no sequential. That's why I put them above Liverpool in that way.
So you're saying United will finish third?
Yeah, I think we're likely going to finish second or third. Although I may seem delusional right now saying it, but if you can come back to this in a few months and you know that I was spitting facts,
we'll definitely come back to it.
Because Ronaldo is going to pick up and Rangnick's pressing reds.
Let's move on quickly. Excel's season says, do you think PSG have the potential to win the Champions League despite the coach and some player struggles.
So if they sign the actual goat, sell the counterfeit goats, they could have had a proper chance of winning the Champions League. But now there seems to be no cohesion in the team for them to go all the way in the Champions League. So just watch out for United. That's all I would say.
All right. Floyd Kenny too says, what do you think of Rangnick and his style of play?
Well, we've not had the opportunity to proper witness Rangnick's fully implement his style of playing at the club so far. Although we've had we picked up good results, we picked up clean sheets, but overall the style of play hasn't really been showcased proper. But I know eventually we're going to be playing the pure free flowing pressing, scoring goals, keeping clean sheets, and just doing our thing on the pitch. So I'm looking forward to that very much. But we've had glimpses of it, but it's not fully been implemented. So I'm looking forward to it anyway.
Okay, this is a very interesting question because it goes away from club football. The United coach says, in your opinion, which country will win the AFCON? The person says apart from Nigeria.
Or apart from my country.
Yeah.
Oh, a lot of quality sides in the AFCON. I think Algeria, they're up there.
Algeria,
Senegal have very good chance as well. I think Algeria just have this factor in them. I just feel like they are the ones to beat for the competition. They won the last one anyway, and with players like Mahrez and some other top stars, they have every chance to win it.
Yeah, and just the last one for you. Manchester 28 says, what are your honest opinion on Cavani leaving the club?
Cavani, he's been a breath of fresh air since he came to the club. His movements, his goals, he scored. He's one player that no matter what, he gives you 150% every time he gets on the pitch. But there's been a lot of drama surrounding him, outside the pitch, with his agent and some other factors. So they will have Cristiano Ronaldo, so I can't really be worried at the end of the day if he decides to go or stay. But he's a top player, and obviously losing top players is never fun. But if that's what he wants for himself, Manchester United were the kings of England, were the biggest in the world, were the best club in the world. So we can't beg any player to stay with us. If you want to go, the door is wide open. Simple as that.
I don't know the world you are living in. You keep on saying this best in the world. Maybe it's your own center there, but let's just go on with that statement. So that's all we have. We wish we could answer more, but time is fast spent, and we're enjoying ourselves here, and we hope you're enjoying this video. That's all we have for you for now, and when we come back, we'll be wrapping the show. Yeah, it was a very interesting episode right here. I mean, I felt like I was in a comedy show because I had this guy right next to me giving me all these, comedic takes and all of that. And it was also nice to have this young lady right here with us. The very first lady on Naija Football Talk. Special thanks to you, for coming out here, and hopefully we'd like to see you here many more times.
I'll be here many more times.
And we are not looking forward to seeing you, but we'll have you here many more times as well. And to you, our fans, for watching this video, drop your comments, give us your likes, give us your interactions. Trey is here for the second time. You finally get to see the big man himself.
Yes.
Don't ask us who Trey is. It's just literally right here. Just drop us your comment. What do you think about Manchester United so far this season? What do you think they can achieve? Can they turn it around under Rangnick, or will they just, continue the cycle that only left?
It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
It's how you finish. Big words from Trey himself. That's all we have for you today, our lovely fans. Until we come back your way on Naija Football Talk, it's goodbye from myself, Unse, and our special man himself, Trey.
Yeah.
Bye for now.